Okay, we're going to replace a bad timer on a Dualit 4-slice toaster. Honestly, I think this thing should be some sort of a safety recall. What happens is, and I got a feeling it's happening on a lot of them, you start the timer to make toast and the timer gets stuck. The toaster will continue to heat, and it's quite honestly a pretty big fire hazard. This is an expensive toaster, as you know, you have one. I couldn't find any information on what to do to fix it. I have a feeling the timer can probably be fixed if you take it apart, but I didn't want to be down for the amount of time just in case I couldn't fix it when I took it apart. So I'll do another video taking apart the old one. The first thing you need to do is take the bottom off. There is the feet and the bottom, 4 Phillips screws. There's 2 additional screws. Again, 2 more Phillips screws, and the whole bottom will come out. Obviously, we are unplugged. Then you need to determine which timer you have. There are 2 different timers. One is an M2 and one is an M7. This toaster has an M2. It is more square. The M7 will be more elongated. It's also written on the timer. If you can get in there close, you'll see it. So make sure you order the right one. I had to order it from the UK, and it was not stocked locally. Another way to tell which one you have is when you remove the timer knob. Underneath, you'll see there's 2 screws there. They're just on this toaster, there are 2 flathead screws. On this toaster with an M2 timer, these 2 screws are machine threaded, not just a regular screw that goes into plastic. So if you have 2 flathead screws that are machine threaded, you'll know you have an M2i, and that's the one you should order. One other thing that kind of threw me off is it has 4 posts, the timer, but there are obviously more than 4 wires. But don't be alarmed. Some of them are piggybacked. 2 of them are piggybacked, so you'll still just have 4 terminals. The other thing that I did notice on this toaster, and it's never been apart before, is that this ground wire is really loose. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that as well. So I have the new timer. I'm going to go ahead and just pop off the knob. It just pulls straight off, and I'll expose the 2 machine head screws there. I'm going to take that off now, and then I'll come back. Okay, the 2 screws are off. Here they are. They're not very exciting. They are, but again, you can hopefully see that they are machine threaded. They're not screws that would go into plastic. Once you take the screws out, pull this assembly down, you'll expose the actual timer itself. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You'll see some of these terminals are doubled up. This one and this one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just swap out these components, noting I'm going to use the flat part which is facing upward as my guide to wire it back together. So again, this one was what the flat part facing towards the top, and one by one I'm going to just dislodge and put on the new timer. I will be back. Okay, I now have it wired up. Swapping them out took a couple of seconds. It's really no big deal. One of them was a little stubborn, so I did take a screwdriver and kind of pry it off. My feeling is that I'm going to be able to fix this old one. It does look like I'm going to be able to get into it, but as we do use this toaster every day, I didn't want to take the chance being down a toaster and having my wife yell at me. So I'll do another video where I take this apart. Hopefully I can fix it and save the $28 that the part cost to have it shipped from London. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and set this into place, just pushing it up and into the hole. I'm going to bolt it up, and we'll make sure everything is working correctly. I will check back. Okay, here we are. The new one is screwed into place. push down and you're good. Again, I almost feel like there should have been a safety recall from this company. There's a lot of complaints about this. Don't throw your toaster away, though. It's a very expensive toaster. It's a well-made piece of equipment. 25 bucks and about, I don't know, if you're being careful, maybe you have a 20-minute job to get this done. Just document with your phone where the wires go if you're a little nervous, and you should be good to go. I'm not going to show you screwing it back together because that's pretty straightforward. Hopefully this helps someone. I will post a follow-up video of disassembly of the timer and see if maybe we can save a few people even more. Alright, hope that helped.